Oh man, the markets are responding. Bitcoin up 1.3%, and now, despite crypto's most painful week of the year, Bitcoin is only down 1.5% this week. An incredible Uno reversal card by Bitcoin showing tremendous resilience. Brian Armstrong fighting back, CZ fighting back. We're going to release some latest news out. Plus, we're going to look at the key levels in the chart because there are some interesting movements happening from a technical analysis point of view, which I need to share with you. Now, for those of you who are panicking after the recent updates, make sure you go watch my video from earlier today where I break down in detail. It's not a quick video, it's a deep dive into the lawsuits. I read all 160 pages, highlighted the pertinent bits, and I get into each altcoin. What are they being accused of? Is there risk of them being security? How would it affect you if they were a security? And what we need to do. Make sure you go watch that video so you're caught up. This video is for technical analysis. And as you can see, Bitcoin with a green candlestick here today, breaking back into our channel. Remember, our channel here is between 26.6 and to the top side, 27.3. It's important from a horizontal perspective that we can break out of this level and then go mount an attack at multiple levels now, which Bitcoin needs to break, right? The first one will be 28.4. Then you look up here, you got 30 and 29, and then you got 31. That's the key. Bitcoin's got to get past 31, and we can keep this powerful move. And it's a bit crazy that despite what's going on, we're sitting here looking at a potential bullish situation. I'm going to share that with you because as you can see here on the daily chart, we're in this falling wedge. And this falling wedge can break in two directions. Of course, to the downside, you look for support at 25. And if you lose 25, then you're looking at 20. That's not going to be fun if we fall to this pattern to the downside. But you have seen that this was the day that Binance got sued. The day after was when the lawsuit was filed to Coinbase. Big bounce on the bottom of our channel. And now we've been staying within a nice blue channel within the bigger wedge that is shown by the green line. Now, the question we now need to look for is, can we do something like this? Can we get this breakout and start working our way to the upside on this wedge? Now, again, do not be surprised to see a little fake out to the downside. Maybe it does this, liquidate some of the shorts, and then works its way to the upside, right? That's what we want to look at. Now, of course, have your risk aversion hat on as well. Even if we do break to the upside, you've got to be very, very cautious. Wait for confirmation and a bounce, and then get excited about the move to the upside, okay? Because again, this move can take you back towards 31, and if we clear 31, then I'm going to show you how exciting the price targets can get. But let's take this step by step. Let's zoom in. Let's look at the 4-hourly chart, and what you'll notice by the 4-hourly chart is that we're in this blue channel. We bounced from the bottom of this channel, which is fantastic. We didn't need to come all the way to the bottom. So what do you notice straight away? This is a low. This is a higher low. This is good. This is a good start for us trying to create some strength. We just need to post higher highs with it. So I want to see that this next move can start trying to break us out from this blue pattern. If we can break from the blue channel, let me just show you the measured move from this blue channel, which is a very basic move. Can we do something like this? Break from this channel. That will then not only break us from the blue channel, but will also break us from the bigger wedge. And that's where we can get some exciting price points. Break out this blue channel, get above here, retest, and go mount an attack at 31. That's what we're looking at from a technical perspective. The other thing worth looking at, which was hugely surprising to me, was looking at the total 3. And I want to show you this on the daily chart. So let's look at the total 3. So for those who aren't familiar, the total 3 shows you the entire crypto market cap, take away Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason I wanted to do that was this whole week, as I explained in my video earlier today, was attacking altcoins regarding their status as securities. Now, of course, Bitcoin is deemed a commodity. Even Ethereum was deemed a commodity by the CFTC, and Ethereum was not mentioned in either lawsuit to Coinbase or Binance. So naturally, it makes sense that there would be a flight to safety from a lot of investors away from altcoins into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we saw that play out this week so far, right? We saw this big day on Monday, total 3 dropped. We then saw on the other day where Coinbase got sued, it had a little bit of a bounce here, up a percent, and then boom, yesterday, big down day, 3%, showing that money's flowing away from altcoins. Then today, you're seeing a little bit of a bounce back again, 0.7, okay? So this is something we want to watch here because money could be rotating out of altcoins into other plays. And if that theory is right, then what we need to then come back to is this chart, which is our Bitcoin dominance chart. And you will remember on our Bitcoin dominant chart for a very long period of time, ever since May 2021, the summer of 2021, guys, yeah, when we fell to 28, 29,000 on Bitcoin, similar levels to where we're at now, we've been channeling sideways here, okay, between these levels. And the resistance has been 48% on the Bitcoin dominance. Now you can see here for the last couple of weeks here, months, sorry, we've been consolidating around that level. We've been unable to clearly break through like my diagram showing. But if we can get a break here, if we can indeed get a break, do this and go for our next move to the upside, then we're looking at 52 and then 59. In other words, this going on between SEC and Coinbase could set up our next big Bitcoin dominant led move. Do I think altcoins are going to move beside it? No. I think that people are rotating to risk off, which is more Ethereum, more Bitcoin in their portfolio for now. But that's okay, because we know that all bull markets tend to be led by Bitcoin. Then money flows into Ethereum. And then when things are feeling more positive, you start seeing money flowing into altcoins. So that could be a potential narrative that we're seeing. Now, the other thing which is hugely interesting, which by the way, guys, definitely check out web3daily.info. That is our own news publication. I try my best to curate the best news for this community here. And again, go check these out. These are the best news articles, and we'll be posting our own very own extra content in here as well. So you'll see this being shared in our Telegram, news articles, etc. Definitely get it. Keep it on your browser tabs so you can keep an eye on the news, the prices, market, NFTs, and the rest of it. So the first article I wanted to catch up with you guys on was this. Crypto exchange Binance says Gensler once offered to be an informal advisor. So now that the case has been filed by Gensler, everything's going to come out. Now it's a battle. Now he's picked a battle with Coinbase and Brian Armstrong, and at the same time he's picked a battle with not just CZ and Binance, but the whole crypto space. Everybody's going to be lobbying against Gensler and these cases, because if these cases go through, he's then set a precedent, and we do not want him to set a precedent. So let's take a look at the article. It says here, in March 2019, Binance Counsel wrote that CZ and Gensler had an in-person lunch meeting in Japan where they discussed the BNB token and Binance opening an exchange in the US. Zhao understood that the now chairman was comfortable serving as an informal advisor. Yes, so was Gensler and is Gensler just a disgruntled wannabe employee of Binance? He wanted to be an advisor, he wanted to sit with them and get paid handsomely for giving some advice from a blockchain perspective and, you know, giving his experience. But he was not given a role. He was not given a role, and he could be now thrown off this case. And that's the big thing here. This letter was written by Binance to say that we want Gensler recused from any consideration in this matter based on this history and the prospect that Mr. Gensler may be a material fact witness. So far, nobody's got back to say that he's off the case, but if he is off the case, that is the first major blow for the SEC. Not only having to fight two of the best exchanges out there with good funds, with good support, but having to do so without Gensler on the case. We've also then got Brian Armstrong fighting back. Brian Armstrong came out strongly today because loads of people are withdrawing their Ethereum from Coinbase to say, we are not winding down our staking business. We're not going to wind down our staking service. He goes, again, as these court cases play out, it's really business as usual. This is interesting because if you remember with XRP when it happened, a lot of the exchanges delisted XRP. It made it very difficult for people to buy XRP. The market cap started grinding down as people had to go figure out how to get on decentralized exchanges and the non-KYC exchanges to go buy XRP. It did have an effect. Right now, Coinbase is saying, no, we're not going to do anything. We're not unwinding anything until we resolve this in court. You want to take it to court? You don't want to have discussions with us? Let's take it to court and we'll avail ourselves there. So basically, CZ, Coinbase doing what they need to do, fighting this battle. And in the meantime, Bitcoin mining difficulty hits all-time high above 50 trillion hashes. Absolutely insane, guys. This is an all-time high of mining difficulty. And this is what should remind you of the power of Bitcoin, right? During all the FUD, during all the nonsense and everything that's going on, you need to ask yourself, if you were given billions of dollars, could you replicate the Bitcoin network? And the answer is no. The power of the Bitcoin network is the combined compute power that sits on this network. It's the amalgamation of all that resource, that intense resource, into a decentralized, secure network. And today, as we sit here today, as you watch this video, it's the most secure that it's ever been, with 50 trillion hashes required to compute the power, okay? So this has grown. Now, of course, this has difficulties for miners. It means miners are left profitable, but this is ultimately what you want. It shows that people are mining, there is competition from miners, and that is driving the hash rate right. That's how Bitcoin is supposed to function. And that then brings me on to, which is the Bitcoin obituaries. You know, today, a lot of people I could sense in the community were feeling quite disheartened, which is why I made my video from earlier today, really getting into the nitty-gritty of the case. But also, we've got to zoom out and have some perspective. Bitcoin, so many times, in fact, 474 times according to this website here, which you can check out, 99bitcoins.com, you can see every time that Bitcoin has been claimed to be dead. All the notable times, and you can see there's always articles from prominent people, The Spectator, or here, someone Seeking Alpha, or Insider, and you can keep going down here and see all the different people that have claimed Bitcoin is dead over the time, and you can go into the files and read them all. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin always survives. Bitcoin's always pushed onwards to higher highs, and that is the value of Bitcoin. So you've got to ignore the FUD. But you've got to remind yourself that the crypto community is resilient, right? Cryptocurrencies are resilient. Bitcoin in particular is resilient. And you can survive many things, whether it's FTX, whether it's BitConnect, whether it's Mt. Gox, whether it's Terra Luna, whether it's Voyager, whether it's Celsius, whether it's all the other things that have happened, whether it's UST depegging, which everybody's forgot about. Right? So many different things going on, but crypto always pushes on and shows strength. And in fact, if you come onto the Fear and Greed Index today, we're sitting at 50. Guys, this is neutral. This is dead bang in the middle. This market, if you're feeling antsy and nervous right now, my only message to you is your conviction levels are low and you need to do more research. Because right now, this market is saying we're not nervous right now. We're sitting here comfortable. If you look at the Bitcoin price, we're sitting here pretty comfortable here at 26.7. And we're trying to decide on our next direction. That's all that Bitcoin is saying. Bitcoin is saying we're sitting here and we're ready for another move. This Fear and Greed Index, if you were with us through this bear market that we've just been through, FTX collapse, Celsius, Voyager, this was down in single digits, guys, down here. Down here, this is not a scary moment right now in the market. We are on the branch of getting regulatory clarity. And maybe we have to take one step back before we can take 4 steps forward. That's okay. But if you're a long-term investor, if you're a long-term time horizon, you're going to be all right. The only people that are panicking right now are those who are looking for short-term return. Those with a short-term mindset, they've taken out a silly loan or they invested something which they're not willing to lose. They caught themselves up in a pickle. They don't follow the rules and then they want to blame crypto. It's not about crypto. This is about innovation. Innovation takes time. There's fights, there's battles, and Brian Armstrong is taking the helm to say, you know what, I'm going to fight this battle for the industry, but the whole industry needs to fight it. He can be the figurehead, the whole industry have to fight it. We need regulation, we need good regulation, we need productive regulation, we need clarity, and that's going to bring in more money than you can think. It's not about retail investors, it's about getting the institutions involved. And institutions will be involved when this whole issue around securities versus commodity versus utility tokens is resolved, when there's clear guidelines, when we can have an ETF, right? When people know how to put Bitcoin on their balance sheets, when companies know how to do that, when countries can figure out how to get Bitcoin as their reserve currency as well. All of that is to come. But sometimes it just takes time. And when we look here at the weekly chart, we're at a critical moment right now. We've got to hold this weekly EMA ribbon. And so far, so good this week. If any week was to make us lose our weekly EMA ribbon, it would have been this week. When we started off this week, I thought the worst. I thought, guys, this could be the week that we finally lose our EMA ribbon. Because we've been playing with this EMA ribbon for the last month now. So far, so good. We've managed to hold above it. And if we can navigate through this week, this could be a turning point. This could be a turning point where we can start stacking up some positive weeks over the coming weeks and start fighting our way towards 31. And if we can do that, don't forget, if we can do that, we do still have hope of this cup and handle pattern, right? And this is not just here as hopium. The cup and handle pattern is there. I'm not saying if it's not there. You can see we're still in the handle of the cup and handle pattern. We've not lost the structure yet. And if we can play that out, if we can get to 31 as the first point of call and then clear through it, this can bring us up to 45,000 here on this price target. Because remember, we fell so quickly from those levels. We can fill this gap quickly to the upside. Just like we filled this quickly to the upside, we should be able to fill that to the upside as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you appreciate this, if this has given you some perspective in what is a very tricky market, smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you go watch my video from earlier today, breaking down that lawsuit into its fine details. And I'll see you in the next one.